Peace, King. How you feel? Can you hear me?
Peace, peace, peace. What up, King?
All is well. All is well, man. First and foremost, I got to thank you for coming on the platform. It's definitely an honor.
Salute, salute, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I know you got moves to make. We're gonna get right into it. I mean, for the viewers who may not recognize you or know who you are, let them know what your name is and definitely where you from.
Yo, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Ricky Bat, CEO Gotham City Music Group for the South Bronx. We from Gotham City, man.
That's what's up, man. I mean, coming from the Bronx, that's the motherland. That's where it all started at.
Correct.
Big shout out. Now I can ask you, growing up in that area, I mean, what was it like the hip hop scene at that time?
I mean, it was fresh. It was new. It was like watching superheroes just walk around your neighborhood and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was like you seeing, as a young kid growing up in the South Bronx, it's like, it's different for the people outside looking in because I'm from there, so it just everything is normal to me. You know what I'm saying? Like even like you know, from the hip hop, from doing hip hop and all of that stuff. It just was like regular because you see the people around. They like superheroes. You listen to them, but you see them around, and it's like, it's possible. It can happen. So it was mainly a music influenced neighborhood.
Man, that's what's up. I mean, you got to see hip hop evolve in real time, because 99% of the world, we looking at it through TV or, we had some communities where we was at, but to be able
Right.
to be around that and grow up around that, that's amazing. I
Yeah.
can ask you, when did you actually begin to participate? Did you start off like rapping or was you doing something else?
Nah, I started rapping first, man. I started rapping at 12, 13 years old. I started writing. And I would just kept going with the with the fellas from the neighborhood, man. The older guys from the neighborhood was already rapping. It was out in the street corners. They was already doing, illegal stuff. So I got caught up in that wave, you know what I'm saying? The rapping, the streets, because it went hand in hand. Because, rappers spoke about the streets, spoke about their reality, spoke about what goes on in their day-to-day life. So that was the content that, I had to to get forth, as grown up, because that's all I knew. But as I got older and explored and got to travel and so I got to talk about a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now I gotta ask you about the Gotham City Boys. Now, what exactly is that, and when did y'all form?
In Gotham City, man, is a family thing, is a movement. Gotham City Boys is a rap group movement. Shout out to GCB, Drew Wolf, um, um, Real Life, Pop Burner, Jail Hitter, um, um, there's a bunch of us, man. Shout out to Fredro Starr, Paulie Cicero, Biggs, and I could keep going, man. Those are producers. You know, and it's just the squad, man. It's just the squad. Gotham City is a team, is a movement. We all nice and we hip hop. And I started in 2014 when I came home from prison. I came home from doing 17 years, and when I came home, I had a whole bunch of people that was already around me. They knew I came home. They was, I was rapping. I came home on my music shit. So people already associated my name with Batman, being that it's Ricky Bats, but Bats is actually an acronym for Born a True Spitter. And I just said, you know what? I just said, you know what? I want to make this to my benefit. You know what I mean? Got everybody who named them Gotham City Boys, Ricky Bats and the Gotham City Boys and Gotham City Music Group, and I just made a whole thing out of it.
That's what's up, man. That's
I'm
what's
saying?
up. I salute you for that. Now I can ask you about that, like going to prison. Do you feel like that affected you artistically as a, trying to be an MC, or did it
No, I
kind of
think
just
that I
already?
think that kind of enhanced me. I kind of enhanced. I got the focus on my career. I got the honing on my talent because I had nothing else to really focus on. And at that time of me writing back then, I was always writing some violent shit because I was always violent. I was, in there for that. So it was more of being on that frame of mind. And then once I came home and I got to explore different things, then I started writing about different stuff, concepts, experiences, stuff like that. That makes an artist. So I think that it helped me and it kept me alive because the way I was moving, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what happened, man? So
Man, that's definitely inspiring. I gotta ask you, you had mentioned Fredro. Now, how did you even connect with Onyx, and what was it like working
um,
with him?
I
Getting
mean,
production and
those are my brothers, man. Shout out to Johnny Voga. Johnny Voga is the one that put that together. You know what I mean? Me and Johnny, that's my brother too, man. He was down with them before. Me and him was always cool. He said that he was always a fan of my music and that he felt like my style, my music would blend in with Onyx well. The energy. So he introduced us at a show, probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. So he introduced us. And ever since then it's been authentic. When they come to New York, they give me a call, yo, Bats, what's up? Where you at? What you doing? This is what we doing, da 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 da. And then, we go to the studio, we record, and that's how it goes, basically. You know what I'm saying? They did every day. The first record that really started, it was every day with Hard Luck. Fredro Starr, we was in the studio, we did that in real time. Um, we did 3 records that day. With my song was there too. We did another record with my song. But you know what I mean? It's good working with them, man, because you give a lot of insight.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Big shout out to my son. What was it like connecting with him? He got bars, but he a solid dude. He do a lot. He speaks a lot on
Yeah,
community issues and stuff like that.
Me and Mike's got a different relationship and shit, man. It's more like because there's a lot of family involved. Meaning, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of family ties involved, a lot of close friends. We've been to birthday parties, family events, and we got a couple records together, but it's more like family oriented because we got a lot of family tied in with that. And he do got bars.
That's
You know
what's
what I'm saying? He
up.
always got bars. He been paving the way for a
Yeah,
while. You know
Ben
what I'm
had
saying? So
bars.
Ben had bars.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Now, I was checking out your YouTube. Now, you went on tour to South America.
Yeah, I went to South America, man. Went to Brazil. Went to 2 spots in Brazil. Went to 2 spots in um Colombia. Went to Chile. Yeah, went to Chile, Colombia, and all that. So shout out to the big homies on that for the alley oop. You know what I'm saying? Went over there and bodied that shit.
Right, that's what's up. I mean, people dream about even visiting places like that. I mean, what was it like to be able to go to places
At
like
first,
Brazil and Colombia and Chile?
yeah, at first I was a little, I did my research because I never been out there. You think of third world country, you think of kidnapping, you think of police corruption, which is number one in Brazil and in Colombia is police corruption. Um, but I just say fuck it, man. Just go out there and whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. That's me. I always been like that. Like, it's if it's in God's plan, it's in God's plans, bro. So, I'm not scared to go nowhere. I'm from the South Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm from the South Bronx when the South Bronx was vicious, crack era, burnt down buildings, slumlords. I used to live in a burnt down building with my mom. It used to be a whole eight stories burnt down. You got 1 story, it could be on the 6th floor. And they got, the refurbished homes. People will go in that burnt down building and in the inside of the apartment look like a Beverly Hills inside there. You know what I'm saying? So my mom used to live there with her boyfriend back in the days, and I used to go in there into the buildings, burnt down buildings and all of that shit, man, and live there like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm from that era. I'm from the real era of this hip hop, this Bronx is like, the poverty stricken era of rap. You know what I'm saying? When the crack came, the crack era hit, it broke a lot of families out apart. You know what I'm saying? It just displaced a lot of kids. A lot of parents got killed. A lot of parents went to jail. You know what I'm saying? I got stuck with my grandparents. Not that I got stuck with them, but I wound up with my grandparents and they raised me. You know what I'm saying? So it was really big on my family back then, that crack era. And then so hip hop was something that I turned to express. my thoughts, feelings, emotions. Um, it was just something I had a knack for. It was just music, and then that I'm from the South Bronx and see all the artists around my neighborhood. You know, it was only a matter of time that I got into that.
Wow, I salute you for that. Yeah, man, definitely. Because I know a lot of times, like I say, we see it on TV. So the Bronx is infamous for those buildings, dilapidated and a lot of the
You
drug
just
and
saw that,
gang
right? You just
activity.
saw a building just dropped in the Bronx last week.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Now I can ask you though, but I mean, when you first started writing, did you visualize yourself going worldwide, going to places like Brazil? And did you feel like you was at home in Brazil or in a new place, or did you feel out of place? What was that experience like
When
from
I
an
was first started
artist
writing,
perspective?
I didn't expect it. Nobody expects to really be traveling worldwide, especially with Onyx, legendary rap group. You know what I'm saying? Legends and stuff. But it just happened, man. But I know I put a lot of work in for that to be plausible. You know what I'm saying? For that to happen, for that shit to be retainable. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing you have to do is what I realized, you have to invest in yourself and really believe in yourself as an artist. And nobody's really gonna take your artistry to the next level but you. And you gotta want to learn. You gotta want to hustle. You gotta want to grind. You gotta sacrifice. People don't know about the sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? You go through sacrificial stuff with family, friends, money involved. They think that you got it more than you have. You know what I'm saying? And then you think they think you shunning them when you say you don't got it, or they look like you might got it, or what I mean. There's a lot of things. Family might feel a certain way, but I got to the point where I don't even give a fuck about shit like that no more, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that put this work in for this. So if you don't like what I don't give you, meaning material things that you may ask me for, if I got it, I will. If I don't, I can't. You know what I mean? You just got to learn how to be for yourself. You got to be selfish in this music shit until you reach a certain level where you can come down and bring people up. Because if you're selfish at this level, you're not going to be able to bring yourself up. I mean, if you're not selfish at this level, you helping people out, helping now you're gonna help people get further than you, and there's a chance that they won't bring you up. You got to bring yourself up, reach back, and put people in place and positions. I got it. I figured the concepts of that.
Yeah, man, that's as real as it get. I mean, a lot of people don't want to share that, but like you say, you got to be selfish. And then when you're in a position where you can pull people up, then you execute.
Absolutely, you gotta be in a position where you could be able to help people. If you're not in a position to help people, then you're not gonna help yourself. You're just gonna keep hitting walls.
Yeah, yeah,
You
no
know what I'm
doubt, no
saying? So sometimes people will take that as you acting funny. They don't know the game. They don't know the hustle. They don't know the industry. You know what I'm saying? Because they haven't put that much sacrifice into this game. They put 1, 2 years thinking that things are gonna change because they see a Ice Spice. They see a somebody like that get fast recognition. I got a hit record. That's an industry plant. They made that. You know what I'm saying? They took the money behind a girl like that that's so young, that's not afraid to show her ass, and put money behind her, and they monetize it off of her. You know what I mean? They monetizing, and that's how they gain their money now, is through monetization. So
yeah,
you got to learn the game, man.
yeah, I can dig it. I can dig it. Now, I gotta ask you. Now, you was doing some acting. Did you appeared on the Power episode?
Yeah, it was a little quick. It was a quick like a cameo and shit like that, man. I was supposed to have some other roles, but I guess I didn't fit the bill, or that you went with somebody else or something like that. But I was in a I was in a premiere. I was in a premiere of Kanan. I was in a church scene. You know what I'm saying? So I was in a church scene. You know what I mean? I got a good 10 seconds, 15 seconds of fame, as you can say, but I did a movie with Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller directed Escape at Dannemora, about two inmates escape from a prison with the helps of a prison worker, and they both were smashing it. It's a true story. I got this movie coming out called Looks Can Kill. It is directed by Eric Jensen. He was also in the Ben Stiller movie. He was the He was the what do you call that shit? He was the person that was basically, you know, telling the directors and assistant directors that if it's actual facts or if it's basic, you know what I mean? Like if it's way, there's a word for it. I can't forget it right now, but it was kind of like a mentor, kind of like mentoring, but not really. It's another word for it. I can't forget. I keep forgetting, but so he was overseeing the project and make sure it goes like this. When the prisoners go into the cells, make sure what they do in the cells to make it more realistic. So he was overwatching, you know, watching the the actors and stuff like that. But shout out to Eric Jensen, man.
That's what's up, man. I definitely look forward to that. Now, I can ask you about acting. Is that something like you always had a passion for, or is that something you getting into more recently, and you see yourself doing more
I
of it,
think,
or how do you feel about it?
I mean, I always had a passion for acting because in my videos, in my music videos, I freaking in my music videos I act in them. You know, I got over 90 videos. And a lot of them shits I act. You know what I mean? Like in the early years, it was, you know, basically standing on the block, doing shit like that. But I right away got into like concepts in my videos. You know what I'm saying? Something different than what everybody else is doing. Because everybody else is not gonna do the same. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is too stuck in their egos and shit like that to want to dress up like Santa Claus and go in the middle of Manhattan and run around chasing a midget. And not alone, not even that, just dressing up. You got to know how to make a record to be able to shoot a video like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Now, I want to ask you about that, the Mary shipments. If you could talk about that, you just kind of went into it a little bit, but what
Thanks for Seth.
even got you into that? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yo, believe it or not, man, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, man. I wrote that song in 2003. That shit is 20 years old, bro. And I just finally released it last year. We made a beat. Shout out to Paulie Cicero. Paulie Cicero's the one that made that beat, and he built the beat around the lyrics. And you know, I did it in 2004 when I first came home from my bid. I did a 7 to 9. I came home for 6 months. I was on parole. I came home. I violated. Went back for 12 more years. So when I came home after that 12 more years, after I came home after them 12 more years, I've been home now 10 years. It's going on 10 years, and this is where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? 2024 is 10 years that I've been home, and you know what I'm saying. And I haven't looked back since. You know what I mean? So I wrote that 10 years ago in the prison, and I put it to life 20 years later. I mean, I wrote it. Excuse me, I wrote it 20 years ago, and I put it into life. You know, and it's great because I make timeless music, man.
Right, exactly, man. That's powerful to be able to do that. Now you got a couple other joints you've been dropping. I can ask you about them so the viewers can check them out. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
got hip hop,
saved
Save
my
My
life.
Life. You
Yeah.
know, definitely salute to the Bronx again. If you could talk about that track, and then you got another one, Squad with Me. You know, just let them know what those tracks is about and
Well,
where they can
well,
check them out.
hip hop saved my life. Well, all my tracks you could catch them on Spotify, everywhere. You could they everywhere. So if you know of the tracks, you just got to put my name, Ricky Bats, and the track name them in, or just go to Spotify and check the albums out. I got albums out, you know. But anyway, save my hip hop saved my life. Paulie Cicero's another one that did the beat. That's another one he did. So fucking I had a show at SOBs. This was my first major show headlining in New York City. So I was like, you know what? I did the song Hip Hop Saved My Life, 50 years of hip hop. I don't went through a lot of the hip hop shows, 50 years of hip hop with Grandmaster Flash, Melly Mel, Slick Rick, you name it. I was with that. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing my own 50 years of hip hop, show my gratitude. So let me do this record called 50 Hip Hop Saved My Life. So when he sent the beat, I just freestyled this shit and I made it work. You know what I mean? And I just shot the video the same day we was doing the SOB concert. You know what I mean? So I made sure before we went down to SOBs, in Manhattan. We was in the Bronx, and we went to Cedric Avenue, 1520, where hip hop was created, the building, and we got some scenes there to show the authenticity of the video and of the song. And then we went downtown and had some behind the scenes footage of our um behind the scenes of our sound check. And then we went into the student and then the performance. Squad with Me. It's another track I got a video for. Fredro Starr produced that one. And that's with the Gotham City Boys. That's on the Gotham City Boy album out right now. If you go check out the Gotham City Boys LP, is out right now. You got Ricky Batts, then you got Gotham City Boys. Even though what it's saying was separate. Ricky Batts is gonna come on Ricky Batts, Gotham City gonna come up with Gotham City, but I own Gotham City. You know what I'm saying? I'm CEO of Gotham City Boys, CEO of Gotham City Music Group, and my guys are nasty, all of them. Like I said, Drew Wolf, Real Life, Pop Burner, Jail Hitter, Smiley the Ghetto Child. You know what I'm saying? Smiley the Ghetto Child was from Group Home. I don't know if you remember Group Home, Guru, Premier, the realness, the realness. Dun, dun, dun. Shout out to Smiley the Ghetto Child. You know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to Ching Bing, Ching Lotto Farms. You know what I mean? We all looped in, man. We looped in with a lot of people, man. So it's just the fact that, you know, we looking great for hip hop. Gotham City Music Group, Gotham City Boys, Ricky Batts. We looking great for hip hop, man, and just trying to keep the culture going forward, man.
Man, no doubt. Salute. You named a couple giants, man. I gotta ask you about that. I mean, to be able to, not only record with, like say Fredro Starr, members of the Onyx, my son. I think you had a track with Maino. I mean, and then
Uncle
you meeting some
Murda.
big, right?
Um,
That's what I'm saying. Right. Talk about that a little bit and just meeting people
that
like
was the one
Slick
that put
Rick,
me on. The
Rock
Uncle
Star.
Murda. I mean, the On My Block is the one that put me on. On My Block is the one with Maino, and and I think that, about that record is the one that put me on, because everybody started paying attention to that, because that record is a strong record. The beat, you know what I'm saying, it was a strong beat by Flip Jackson, the producer that we had at the time. You know what I'm saying? And it was a strong beat. So when we shot that in Brooklyn, we shot that by the Brooklyn Bridge. We released it and it just picked up. So it just gave me steam to do a record with Uncle Murda, which is Maino's partner too. So I did My Crew Hungry with Uncle Murda. And then, I got stuff with Sticky Fingers. I got stuff with Manolo Rose, Illa G. I got a lot of records, man. Like, a lot of records.
That's
So
what's up. That's what's up, man. That's phenomenal. So I gotta ask you, I was checking out your page. I mean, you've been getting some shout outs too. I seen like Capone from CNN shouted you out, and then you was on My Expert Opinion. I seen Zab and Mav was giving you a shout out. What was it like being on a platform like that? Cause that's like the hottest platform, man, right now.
I think that, it was a surprise. I wasn't expecting for them to show love like that. Meaning, like, we'll start with My Expert Opinion. Matter of fact, we'll start with the cube. I mean, the Capone, because that was Sony Hall. So as we tore up Sony Hall, Ricky Batts and Gotham City Boys, you tore that shit up. Capone came after me, and he was like, "Yo, I want to say, Ricky Batts, you killed that shit, man. You killed that shit." Like in the middle of my set, he came out to give me that. I was like, God damn! Like in the middle of the set, I'm performing. I'm like this. I'm in the perform. He comes out to give me that in the middle of my performance, saying I'm killing this shit. And that's when he was like, Ricky Batts, you killed that shit. You killed that shit. And Math Hoffa and all of them was there. Matt Hoffa, you had Champ, you had Gap Murda, you had the mic, so the opinion was there. So the next day, Zab Judah went over there to do an interview. I was just there as a spectator. My man Johnny Vogel was there. Fredro was there for a little bit, but he left. So I stayed there and like in the crowd, in the back, just observing. So when they start the show, they was like, we got guests in here, and that's when he mentioned me. Talking about I killed Sony Hall, I bodied that shit, da 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 da. And then people started seeing that, and it just started going viral. Um, they was showing love, man. Like, just showing, giving me my flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like they actually gave me some flowers, man. I was alive to see that. I killed the show. I did a lot, man. 9, 10 years, B. I did a lot, dolo, man. I didn't have no major support. I didn't have none of that shit, bro. Like Onyx and them came in the years later, which elevated my career to a certain standard. But before them, I had, you know what I'm saying? I had like Maino and all them shits, but they never supported. They never supported the On My Block record. Uncle Murda never supported My Crew Hungry. They might have posted and all of that stuff, but you know what I mean? It's not their job to support it. If you paying them to get on the record, you know what I'm saying? It's like it has to be in a contract for them to promote the stuff too. If you just paying them to do it, that's what it is. You know what I mean? They you know, I'm investing my money, and they see, this is crazy because artists, bigger artists, they see the younger artists or the up and coming artists working hard and really trying to like do their thing, and by them giving you business, meaning the artist that you asking for a feature, you would think that they would help want to bring them up, like, or not even help bring them up, just promote the record y'all just did. Promote the record y'all just did, bro. I never performed either of my songs with Maino or Uncle Murda. Those are two of my big records. I spent a lot of money on those videos, bro. No label, no none of that shit. Gotham City Music Group, my own money, B. Spent money on those features, spent money on those videos, spent money on, a lot, bro. Promotion. You got to promote the record after you make it, after you do studio time, after you pay the director, after you get props for it, after you pay whoever you got. This shit is real, B. This shit is real. To push a record is real, man. So it would have helped if they would have helped pushed. But, at the end of the day, it is what it is, my record. And I'm going to do what I got to do to push my career forward, man. Them niggas already solidified. And I'm solidifying myself. So, niggas got to pay it forward. When I charge XYZ for a feature or for a show, either you pay it or you don't, or we work together somehow. Because they wasn't really working with me when I was coming up. You know what I'm saying? This is what they wanted. This was their price. This is what it is. I paid it. Got a feature, and I had to pay another for another video because you pay the artist for the video, and you got to pay the director. And you paying for the feature. So that's a lot of money, bro. That came from out of my pocket alone. No help, no investments, no none of that shit, B. You know what I mean? So that's why I got to go so hard, and I'm so focused on this shit. And some people may not understand or realize the intensity of this music shit with me, because I put so much money into this, man. You know what I mean? And it's time for all of that to come back.
Man, I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, you dropped a lot of gems because as fans, we hear a record or we see a video and we don't realize what it takes to make that happen. And a lot of times we make assumptions like, oh, you got a record with such and such, your pocket should be like this, or you should be at this status. But like you say, you got to keep working. You got to keep making more records. You got to keep connecting with more artists. And it's just like it's a journey, but we just really just only conceptualizing that final product, that song that's 5 minutes long. Like you say, you spent thousands of dollars. You had to pay this person, pay that person, and then when it's
Thousands of
finished,
dollars,
you got
bro.
to spend more money after it's done. So
Thousands of dollars. It's not just going in the studio and paying an engineer to record your stuff. It's not that, bro. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where it was like I had to get my own studio. I learned how to mix and master my own stuff, my guy stuff, so I could save money on mixing and mastering this work. I'd rather spend the money on other stuff. So to get it going, you know what I'm saying? Not the mixing and mastering, but then at the end of the day, they're taking time away from me from doing other things as well. So that's the part of having a team. You need a team. You need a team that you can rely on, that's gonna be somewhat dependable, that can help you move to the next level and the next stage in life or in your career, rather.
yeah, that's definitely a blessing. I mean, I could just only imagine having a team behind you and believing what you're doing. We 29 minutes in, so I just want to ask you one more question. Do you got any upcoming projects? And hit the viewers off with where they can find you and follow you and show you support and tap
Yeah,
in.
man. I got ton of projects, man. A ton, a ton. I got a whole album with Fredro Starr called 100 Bats. You know, he got the 100 Mad label, so I'm releasing it's called 100 Bats. Some dope records on there. He just dropped the album right now. I got 4 records on his album. He got 11 records on there, and I'm on 4 tracks. Um, we got the Gotham City Boys 2, LP 2 coming out. We have the Bats Wave 3. We have Visions of a Prospect 2. I got the Tuco album. I got like 6 albums ready. And then I got the individual Gotham City Boy albums. I need my asthma pump. I can't breathe.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's what's up, man. I really appreciate you coming on the platform. I definitely look forward to the music, and I definitely look forward to seeing you doing more acting. I mean, for you to appear on Power for however long, you know what I'm saying? That's something that people just dream about. You know, that's some people's favorite TV show ever. You know what I'm saying? And for you to be a part of that, that just show how much work you really putting in musically and behind the scenes. You know,
No
so just
funniness. No funniness though. I even forgot I was on that.
man, you too busy working.
I forgot I was on that. My boy, I woke up one morning to a DM, and the DM was had some eyes in it, and a picture of me on it. I was like, "Oh, it's out." So it's definitely like a lot of work. I done toured the U.S. 46 cities this year. I went to Colombia. I went to Versus. I did Rock the Bells. I did 50 years of hip hop. I did what else? I did movie this year. Power. Um, I did a lot, man. Did a lot, and I still feel like I ain't do enough, bro.
Man, that's all you got to do. Just keep grinding, keep doing what you've been doing. Like I say, thank you again for coming on the show. This definitely been a phenomenal episode, and I want to thank the viewers for tuning in. You know, until next time, Taye speaks. Peace.
Peace.